Hey everyone, welcome to the Math of Finance final exam review. What my suggestion would be for this exam review would be I'm going to go over a whole bunch of questions, and a lot of them can be found in the study guide. So my suggestion would be pause the video right now, try the one that's on the board, and then unpause it, and what you'll see is me go over it, and you'll see if you did it right or not. And then of course reach out if you didn't get it right, or if you're not sure why. All right, so this is the first one that I saw a lot of students kind of struggle with, was overtime. So what we're going to do here is we have to figure out which pieces go into the formula. So the hourly rate is right here. Regular hours worked. So if she worked 50 hours, so the regular hours would be 40. And then the overtime rate. So we have to see in the problem what the overtime rate is. So it's time and a half. So time and a half would be 735 times 1.5. And then overtime hours worked. Well, if she worked 50 hours, 40 were regular. That means there's 10 left over. And then what we have to do is just plug this in the calculator. All right, so here's your formula. And we get $404.25. Here's your answer. All right, let's try this next one. Gross weekly earnings. This one has to do a lot with figuring out the allowances and then how much goes towards retirement and all of the deductions. So let's take a look. Pause this one, try it on your own, and then come back and see if you got it. All right, so first what we have to do is figure out the income tax, which on the final exam, they might give you the chart or they might actually just let you know. So in this one, we're just going to let you know. Let's just say it's $69. Then we have to figure out the stuff that always comes out. So Social Security and Medicare. So Social Security is always going to be, or in most cases, is going to be 0.062, so 6.2%. So we're going to take 875 and we're going to multiply by 0.062. Medicare is 1.45%. So we're going to take 875, multiply by 0.0145. Then they also have a retirement fund. And the retirement fund can vary. So they have to tell you what the percentage is. In this one, it says 5%. So again, we're going to take 875 and we're going to multiply by 0.05. Lastly is the insurance. So insurance is usually just a number amount. So in the example here, it was 24.92. All right, so let's put these in the calculator and see what she's left with. All right, so you can actually figure these all out individually, or you could put it all in the calculator like this. So if you look at the 69, that is the income tax. Then the next parentheses is Social Security, then Medicare, and then insurance, and then retirement, and then insurance. So you can put this all in the calculator at once. Just double check your math. And the answer is that she will be left with $670.38. And there's your nice, neat answer. All right, so monthly payment is used a lot. And again, this time we have to figure out, we basically have to figure out the pieces and then make sure we put it in the calculator correctly. So this is asking, what would our monthly payment be? So monthly payment is M, that's what we're looking for a loan of $15,500 at 10% interest for 10 years. So first what we have to do is figure out what I is. I is different than the rate. So the rate is 10%, but I is the periodic rate. So periodic means per month. So what we have to do here is we have to take our 10%, or 0.1, and we have to divide it by 12. So I'll be your calculator here. This gives us 0.0083. So that's our I. 15,500 is going to be our P. 10, so 10 years is going to be our T. And then we just said our n was 12, right? This is going to be monthly. So n is going to be 12. So let's take all these pieces now and very carefully put them in the calculator. All right, so I want to show you something because I do see this a lot, and I do think a lot of times I see the right numbers on students' assignments, but for some reason it doesn't come out right. So this is why I really like this calculator, or any calculator that shows you the format. So one thing that students forget is if you don't put the parentheses in this exponent part. Let me show you the difference here. So if I take out the parentheses here, you can see that it's only doing 12 as the exponent and then multiplying by 10. That's not what we want though. We want that entire 12 times 10 to be the exponent. And then another thing, this -1 should be in the denominator. So let's see how we can figure that out. What we want to do is have the entire denominator, and this is where it gets messy, in parentheses. There we go, that actually worked. So now this is what we want it to look like. This is what our formula looks like. And when we press equals, we'll get our answer, $204.49. All right, and here is your nice and neat answer if you want to take a look. Another example that I saw that students kind of struggled with was the skid speed, and then the one that had to deal with the yaw marks. So this is available in the study guide. You can use these formulas. You do not have to memorize them, but you do need to know how to use them. So we're going to take a look at this one about skid speed to show you how to figure out what piece goes where. All right, so S in this formula is the minimum speed of the vehicle. So this actually, we don't know. We don't know this one. So S is a question mark for now. So S would be our X basically. All right, D is the average length of skid marks. So they gave us the answer here. The average length of skid marks is 80 feet. F is the drag factor, which they did give us. They gave us at 0.78. And then N is the braking efficiency as a decimal. So this they gave us as well, 95% efficiency. So as a decimal, that would be 0.95. So now we have all the pieces, and what we want to do is put it in this formula. All right, so here it is. We want to make sure that all of these pieces are underneath or included in the square root sign. Then we press equals. And it looks like Mel was going 42 miles per hour. So the question was she speeding? So let's see. The speed limit was 35. So if she was going 42, then she was absolutely speeding. Expected value is another topic that we should probably go over. So let's take a look at this one. There is a box that contains a $20 bill. So let's say one $20 bill, two $10 bills, 3 $5 bills, and 4 $1 bills. So what this actually is a weighted average. So it's saying is if a bill is picked at random, what is the expected value? So what we're going to do is multiply all these and then add them up. So we're going to do 1 times 20 plus 2 times 10 plus 3 times 5 plus 4 times 1. And then after this, we want to divide by however many bills there are. So total bills, it looks like we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 total bills. So at the very end, we want to divide by 10 bills. All right, so here we go. That's 59, which definitely seems too big to be an expected value. So don't forget that you want to divide by the amount of bills that there are. So in this case, there were 10 bills. So our weighted average or expected value is $5.90. Now what they did here, they did it a little bit differently, but you still will end up with the same result. So they divided by 10 each time instead of at the very end. And either way will work. All right, well, hopefully this helped a little bit. I would definitely suggest going back into your quizzes and your tests and, just going over anything that you missed. Let me know if you have any questions on the feedback. And then go through the study guide as well. So you know what to expect, you know where to find each formula. This is a very long class with a lot of different formulas. So definitely make sure you know how to use that study guide, / reference sheet correctly. And good luck on the final exam.